From the 25th November to the 1st December this year, global stakeholders in the fight against plastic pollution will be convening in Busan, in the Republic of Korea, to give their final shot at efforts aimed at developing a global plastic treaty. The meeting, dubbed the 5th Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee, or inc5, by design will host a cocktail of participants with a common goal to develop a legally binding international agreement on plastic pollution that addresses the entire life cycle of plastics.
As you are aware, all around the globe, plastics have become a burden to the environment, to human health, but also to aquatic life. And this kind of environmental situation is the one that is driving the entire world, not only Uganda, but the whole globe, to think of sustainable ways of managing plastic.
The Ugandan delegation has been sent with outlined demands that they should present at the global scene for consideration.
Number one, we are looking forward to a total ban to the problematic chemicals and plastics. Globally, there should be a total ban to the problematic ones. But we also want the treaty to look into issues of product design, the way these plastics are designed, the threat they pose to our health and to the environment. We want it to be looked into.
According to the 2021 statistics, China is the world's leading producer of plastic, accounting for 32% of global plastic production. North America comes second, producing about 18% of the global plastic production, followed by Europe, accounting for 15%, then the United States, which generates an estimated 42 million metric tons, which is about 10% of the world's annual plastic waste, then India with a production output of 26.3 million metric tons, while Brazil comes in a distant place, producing 10.7 million metric tons of plastic waste annually. Strange, though, is the fact that Africa contributes merely 5% of the global plastic production, but consumes almost all of it. And recent reports suggest that her footprint is growing due to population growth and urbanization. Given that Africa is in a pitiable place when it comes to waste disposal, especially plastic waste, environmental enthusiasts are hoping against hope that a global legal framework is developed to reverse the trend.
Uganda and Africa at large called for the instrument to ensure a fair, equitable, and inclusive transition for affected population, with special consideration for people in vulnerable situations, especially women, children, youth, and waste pickers, as well as small and medium businesses in developing countries.
The Global Plastics Treaty is an acknowledgement by governments that plastic pollution knows no boundaries. Uganda is known for legislating good frameworks but fail on the enforcement part. One wonders whether the enforcement of a global legal framework won't suffer the same fate.
When you have your own rules, you can easily bend them. More especially if the politics do not favor them. But if it is a global kind of perspective, then there is that obligation for you to put into action what you agreed upon. Because if you don't, then you will be held accountable at a global level.
When we come here looking at that, our investors that come in with their other agenda, that they will be bound by this global treaty that is going to be highly respected, and therefore whoever comes in to invest in this country, Uganda, will be able to abide by all that is embedded in this treaty.
First of all, there are issues that will be managed at the global level. So whether Uganda has an option or not, we shall abide because it is global. So for us, that is a starting point.
Since 1950, global plastic production has increased over 200-fold to almost 460 million tons annually. Environmental enthusiasts worry that while production has increased, recycling efforts had only dealt with 9% of all plastic waste ever produced. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.